welcome back, everybody, to the Detroit Lions franchise here on Madden 20. As today, we have hit pretty much the halfway mark of the season, and our Lions are currently 7-1. It's been a great start to the year. Obviously, last year we went undefeated, took home a Super Bowl, the first in franchise history, and the first team to go 16-0, and then take it all the way. Obviously, we have lost already this season. That loss was in Week 1 to the Chicago Bears, who we are playing against today. The Bears are a really good team, currently 5-2, led by Mitchell Trubisky and Tariq Cohen. Trubisky's actually half decent in this game. Tariq Cohen, if you saw the Week 1 game, he absolutely torched us. He ran for like 220 yards. He's actually hurt for this game, though, which is a pretty big deal. Since we're at the halfway mark, I do want to look at the numbers. Tez Lawson having a really good year. I believe he's on pace to lead the NFL in touchdown passes, which is awesome. Kerryon Johnson's gotten a lot of touches. I think he's projected he could finish with around 300 this year. That's a little bit too much for him. So I think the addition of Dakota Sloan, who we got last episode of a trade deadline, he should be a nice change of pace back. I want Kerryon to average roughly around 15 to 20 touches a game, and then Dakota Sloan can get 7, 8, 9 touches a game as well. And then Tez Lawson's been more of a factor in the run game as well this year, which has been really awesome to see. Receiving, our big four has continued to dominate. Juju Smith-Schuster, Lawrence Parnell, Kenny Golladay, and TJ Hawkinson. It's tough spreading the love between all four of these players, but they're all so good. They all find ways to get open. They all do great things after the catch. The offensive line's been good too. It came down into a ton of sacks, but I think the sack number is misleading. I've always thought he's been a very good player. David DeCastro, of course, we picked him up at the trade deadline last episode as well. He should be a big addition to our hopeful back-to-back champion Lions. And then Frank Ragnow is not allowed a sack this year. Aaron Howard is only allowed one. Defensively, Jarrad Davis leads the way in tackles. We've been sending a ton of pressure like normal, but I think the big surprise this year has been the emergence of Jaquavius Highsmith. As a rookie, he got 6.5 sacks this year, currently sitting at 7.5 sacks, which leads the team. We've also seen Trey Flowers step up. He currently is 6. And guys like Mike Renwick, Shaquem Griffin, they've been a little bit quieter this year than in the past. Darius Slay's gotten a ton of interceptions and then kicking and punting. Tim John's having a solid rookie year. Sam Martin is continuing to do his thing as well. So really liking the direction of the team right now. Currently, Tez is second in the MVP race behind Kareem Hunt of the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson, his quarterback, is in 5th, so watch out for the Ravens. They could be a team we see in the Super Bowl. Currently, Calvin Johnson is 3rd for Coach of the Year. Sean McDermott of the Buffalo Bills is 1st. Tez is the current favorite for Offensive Player of the Year in the NFC, Defensive Player of the Year. We have Jarrad Davis in there in 6th. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Packer quarterback Zachary Weary. We don't have anyone in there. We didn't draft any offensive players this year. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Devontae Higgins is in a generous 5th place. And then JaMychal Shepard is in 7th. Best quarterback, Tez Lawson, is in 2nd place for that. Best running back, Kerryon Johnson, right now is in 6th. I think that's a little bit harsh. He did kind of start the season off slow, though. Best wide receiver, Lil Jordan Humphrey is 1st. Parnell is 2nd. Juju is 6th. Best offensive lineman, David DeCastro, even though he's only played one game for us. Von Moulton and Frank Ragnow in there as well. For best defensive lineman, Jaquavius Highsmith is in 3rd. For best linebacker, we got JD in at 6th. And then best defensive back, Darius Slay, is currently in 2nd place. Sharon Budga is in 8th. And then for best kicker, no Tim John. I think that's fair. John hasn't been great this year. He's a rookie. He's had his fair share of rookie struggles, but he hasn't been bad either. So here we go, Week 9, a rainy game here in Soldier Field as the 7-1 Detroit Lions hunt for revenge as they take on the 5-2 Chicago Bears. Bears going to rock their alternate jerseys this week, orange tops, red bottoms, and of course blue helmets. As the Lions have only lost one game in the past season and a half. That was Week 1 of this year in overtime to the Chicago Bears. So obviously these Lions have revenge on their minds and would love to get a win here and really take control of this division. 3rd and 12, Trubisky under pressure, and he's sacked by Jaquavius Highsmith, the second-year edge rusher out of Oregon. Expect to hear plenty of his name in this one. So the Lions will get it now. Tez Lawson going to pitch it out for Kerryon Johnson, who has a few blocks. Johnson with a nice run. As the great R&P once said, keep calm and carry on. as KJ gets 16. Now it is a 3rd down and 3. Play fake. Lawson has no time to throw it. The big defensive tackle, Eddie Goldman, is there with the sack. That'll force the field goal unit to come out. Here is Tim John, the rookie, from about 46 yards. Wind 12 miles an hour at his back, and he definitely had the distance. However, the kick is wide left. No good. Score remains tied at 0. After a slow drive from the Bears, 1st and goal, they would punch it in for the touchdown, and Chicago is on the board first. They will make it 7-0. 3rd and 9 now for Detroit from the 46, sorry. Lawson, short pass for Galladay, breaking tackles, getting the 1st down, and just like Chicago, Detroit is moving it pretty slowly as well. 1st and 10 now from the 10. Lawson going to look to throw it. He's under pressure, going to scramble with it. Short pass for Hawkinson, and the ball is ripped out. Recovered by Chicago. That was Kyle Fuller with the force. Rudy Ford recovers, and now the Bears get it back unharmed. However, the ball is now inside the 5. 3rd down. Trubisky sacked in the end zone, but instead of a safety, the ball comes out. Trey Flowers recovers, and that's a touchdown. And the Lions will tie it up. Jaquavius Highsmith was the one who brought him down, and it is now 7 apiece. Detroit has it now after a failed Chicago drive, 2nd and 6. Lawson scrambling like he's late on a date. Going to connect with Juju Smith-Schuster, trying to juke out Eddie Jackson. Still gets a solid gain nonetheless. Now from the 45, Lawson's going to take the handoff for Carrion. Going to look to throw it. Has an open man up the middle. Once again, it's Juju Smith-Schuster who will bring it to the 32 for a nice gain of about 23. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 4. Lions trying to take the lead as Lawson, under a ton of pressure, he finds the open hole and will scramble into the end zone for a touchdown. And the Lions will take the lead. Lawson with, I believe, his 4th rushing score of the year. And it's now 14-7. Now from the 29, here's Chicago. Trubisky over to Allen Robinson. And once again, the Bears are slowly but surely moving it down the field. They don't have their big play threat in Tariq Cohen. 3rd and goal. Chicago should have just taken the points. Instead, Trubisky is sacked by Mike Renwick. Since they don't have any timeouts, the clock runs out. Score remains 14-7, but now it's 16-7. Trubisky once again sacked in the end zone. This time he holds on to the football. It's Jaquavius Highsmith who brings him down. Have yourself a day, kiddo. And now it's 16-7. 3rd and 12. Lawson, you might as well call him Kim Jong-un because he's launching nukes. Incredible catch by TJ Hawkinson, showing off the Santonio Holmes tippy toes. Now a 3rd and 1 at the 1. Handoff for Kerryon Johnson. He fights his way for the touchdown, and the Lions will now make it a 3-score game, or at least they're going to attempt to make it a 3-score game as they go for 2. Handoff for Dakota Sloan, the Harvard graduate, and he is stopped short of the goal line, so the score will remain 22-17. Chicago now with it. They've got to get into a groove. Trubisky with a nice pass over to Allen Robinson. Robinson was his favorite target in this one. 7 catches, 66 yards. Not a huge day for A-Rob, but still impactful nonetheless. Now 4th and 4. Here's the field goal unit from 48 yards out, and it is short. That's what she said, and to be specific, that's what she told me. 22-7 remains your score. It's very windy here. They call it the Windy City for a reason. That's how that kick didn't go in. It's now 2nd and 5. Here's Lawson under pressure. He's sacked by Khalil Mack. The sack attack in the Navy. Orange and never black. It's Khalil Mack making the play. Mack usually dominates against the Lions. However, that was only his 1st sack of the game. 3rd down now. Short pass for Dakota Sloan. That's a gain of 26. Now the field goal unit is out. 4th and goal from around the 2. And it's a fake. More fake than my ex-girlfriend. Matthew Stafford is sacked. So the gutsy call and the very unwise call does not work. And it's still a 2-score game. Trubisky with it on 1st down. Going to be sacked by Trey Flowers going downstairs where Daddy hides the vodka. That's a loss of 5. 4th and 9 now. Chicago feels like they got to go for it. I can't really blame them at this part of the game. Trubisky pulls off a classic Trubisky, throwing it into the absolute middle of nowhere. and the score will remain 22-7 as the Lions try to extend their lead and ice this game. Third down, there's Tim Watt, the former South Carolina Gamecock, getting to Lawson for the sack. Score remains 22-7. Third and 11 from the 23. What do the Bears do? They run the football. Why, I don't know. Hewitt loses a yard. So now it's 4th and 12 from the 22. Obviously, Chicago feels like they got to go for it as Mitchell Trubisky under pressure, and he is sacked again. Jaquavius Highsmith with his 4th of the game. This young man is cooking. Highsmith now with 11.5 sacks on the season. What a breakout season he's had so far. 3rd and 8 now. Lawson just heaves it, and it's picked off by Eddie Jackson. Why Tez Lawson didn't throw it away, I don't know. He was under a ton of pressure. He just heaved it up, hoping he'd get lucky, trying to get it to Hawkinson, and it remained a 2-possession game. However, the Bears have it at the goal line once again. Trubisky nearly sacked in the end zone, but instead, he's going to get picked off by Darius Slay. You can't spell intercepted without the D. Pick 6 for Darius Slay, his 4th interception of the year, and that's how this game ends. Detroit wins it by a final score of 29-7.